This is Matt, Caitlin, Melinda, Brittany, Melissa.
Hi, my name is Michael Sharpe. Many people think of fishing as a boring, hit-or-miss sport, while others have a blast, and even turns into somewhat of a lifestyle for them. Each time I go fishing, I have a very fun and relaxing time. Whether I catch 10 fish or I catch nothing, still have a great time out on the water. In this speech, I'm going to share some information about the basics of fishing, the license and regulations, and safety. First, I want to get you familiar with the basics of going fishing. Since every form of fishing is involved with some body of water, you want everyone who's going with you and yourself, you want them to know how to swim. When determining the location to go fishing, you want to know what's going to be in the area so you can either purchase or catch the correct bait. Because, for instance, if you have shrimp with you, you go to a freshwater lake or pond, you're not going to catch anything because fish don't eat that there, and vice versa. Once you pick a location, you will need a fishing pole. You have one right here, just a basic rod and reel setup that you can pretty much buy anywhere for pretty cheap. You're going to need bait, which you want to keep in a cooler. If it's worms, you want to keep it on the ice, and shrimp also to keep it fresh. Then all your other tools, your hooks, your weights, your pliers, you're going to want to keep in a little cargo box called a tackle box. And you also want to have a set of pliers to remove hooks from the fish's mouth. Next, you're going to need a fishing license before you start. Children 16 and under are not required in the state of Florida to have a license, but if you are 16 and older, you'll need to go to myfwc.com and purchase one. These licenses are typically about $17 a piece, and a different one is required for both saltwater and freshwater fishing. Also, there are regulations that need to be followed when fishing so you can keep it legal. Catching and keeping the wrong kind of fish and the wrong amount could land you in jail, so nobody wants to do that. These regulations will tell you the minimum and maximum size limit for each of the fish, and they also specify the periods when it's legal to catch these fish. They also tell you how many fish you're allowed to take home each day. For example, in Florida, a legal flounder must be 12 inches or larger, and you can only keep 10 of them per day. This fish doesn't have a season, so legally you can catch them year-round, and nothing will happen to you. As with other fish, you may have just from June to July to catch the fish, and that's the only legal season for it. These fishing regulations can be found for any state on eregulations.com, and you just pull your tab for, if you live in Florida, you pull down the Florida tab and it lists all your regulations for the fish. And I also can give you good facts about how to identify what you're catching. Finally, you're going to need to know the safety precautions while fishing. Anyone going fishing should know how to swim. If they can't swim, you'll need to put a life vest on them the whole time they're around the water. When wading in the water, you should always wear shoes and avoid any sharp or dangerous objects. Fishing hooks and pliers that you'll be using can cut your skin and also harm you. A first aid kit is always a good idea to bring along with you when you're going fishing. When fishing from a boat, make sure there's a life vest for every person on it. For any person operating the boat under the age of 25, you'll need to take a boater safety course to drive it legally. This course is offered on floridaboatingcourse.com. It costs only about $15. This course is formulated by the U.S. Coast Guard and has great operating tips and also shows you what to do in case of an emergency while you're out on the water. To sum it up, knowing how to get started fishing can help you prevent accidents or even tickets or even jail time while you're out on the water. Learning the basics and having your license and knowing the safety precautions can give you a safe, fun, and enjoyable experience while you're fishing.